What's going on, guys? This is Malcolm. You're on Malcolm Talks. How y'all feeling? Y'all doing all right? That's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. If you're doing good, that's a good thing, because it's all up here. It's a choice. You can make yourself feel good. Trust me. Today, I want to talk to you guys about mental health and the importance of mental health. You know, mental health is one of those things that's actually very serious. A lot of people are dealing with some challenges right now with their mental health. Mental health. You know, you don't have to necessarily be in the psych ward to be experiencing mental health issues. Mental health issues are deep, man, and it's not something that you can just snap your fingers and fix a lot of times. Because really, we're all on a spectrum. Just imagine a spectrum. Over here, you got people in the psych ward. You got people running around doing all like this, acting crazy. And I don't mean to belittle the point, but it's very important that you understand what I'm saying, because there's a spectrum. So you can be on this side of the spectrum where you think you're just great. You know, you might have great mental health. And I think having great mental health, it means that you're making good decisions. You are, for the most part, positive. You're, for the most part, happy. You have great relationships. You are not toxic. Your life is sort of an indicator of that. You know, you can look through a mirror at your life and say, I like the way my life is panning out. I think for the most part, that kind of proves that you probably are good mentally. Like, you don't have any mental health issues. But there are people who have mental health issues. A lot of times you can see it based on their lives. Things falling apart. When bad things happen, you know, the way they react to certain things, you know, making a bad situation worse, things like that. Where a person doesn't focus on the solution to a problem, they spend a lot of time focusing on the problem itself, which in turn makes the problem grow. See, a lot of this has to do with mental health. And you know, man, a lot of us, we ain't trying to go get no therapy, man. You know, people got all kind of addictions, trying to self-medicate, smoking too much weed. A lot of y'all think it's a fad, like, oh man, I'm just doing this to look cool. That's something I want to do. No, man, you're smoking weed for a reason. Weed makes you feel a certain way. I done smoked plenty of weed in my life. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Yes, I have. I've smoked a lot of weed in my life. I don't smoke weed now because I'm grown and I just don't see any need for it. But it's people that smoke weed all the time. But weed makes you feel different. So why do you want to feel different? Think about it. When you born into this world, were you born with a blunt in your hand? Absolutely not. Did your mama give you a joint when she had you on her breast trying to get some milk? Is that the sustenance that your body needs? A White Owl? Some bubblegum kush, or whatever they call it. I don't even know what the names are now. Some loud, however you want to say it. Of course not. Your body doesn't need those things. You're self-medicating a problem. There could be potentially some mental health issues that you're self-medicating with weed. You know, I watch a lot of videos online, a lot of interviews. And one in particular that I like to watch from time to time is what's it called? Fresh Off the Porch, or Off the Porch, where they have a lot of these up and coming rap artists that go on this platform, and then it's very interesting where they talk about their lives. You know, they talk about their music, some of the things that they've experienced in their life, what motivates them, you know, some of their biggest life lessons, things like that. Extremely interesting, man. And what you start noticing is one thing. You notice that a lot of these guys have had hard lives. They grew up in situations that were tough, in poverty, single parent homes, weren't really raised by anybody. They tell you, raised by the streets. And they ask them the question, when did you jump off the porch? He said, well, I jumped off the porch when I was 13 or whatever. I was carrying straps and stealing cars and doing all this other stuff when I was young. My uncles used to do this, and my aunties was bagging up dope, and I was living like this, and da-da-da-da-da. And you listening to it, man, and it's fascinating, because I'm like, damn, I didn't grow up like that, man, thank God. But then again, you know, a lot of that adversity that people experience, man, it's why they reach certain levels. It's why they're able to become so successful in whatever their craft is, because they had to go through some stuff, man. They had to endure some things. But one thing I noticed is that 99% of them, I'm gonna go ahead and say 95% of them, they firing up a blunt as soon as they sit down on the porch. They're firing up a blunt as soon as they sit down to talk during this interview. They have to be high. 95%. I'm not talking about a few of them. I'm talking about all of them. Weed has become more than just a fad, guys. We have to really look at what's going on right now. Weed has, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure there's some scientists out there that can corroborate what I'm saying, that can prove this. Weed has some compounds and some chemicals in it that will help you in terms of mental health. It's got to be the case. It's got to be the case, guys. We've seen medical marijuana. Maybe weed is taking away the pain for a lot of these guys that have had these traumatic experiences in their lives. But for years, what have we been doing? The police has been treating it like a criminal act, locking people up, using that as a reason to come search your car and profile you and all this other stuff. And now they're making it legalized, and now you're hearing all these stories about how it's actually good for your mental health. What's going on, guys? What it is, man, is we have a very serious problem with mental health in the black community, but not only in the black community, in the human population. There is a serious problem with mental health. Somebody got to talk about it. Somebody's got to address it. And it starts from very, very young, man. It starts from real early, bro. Like, some people don't even know that they're abusing their children, man. They don't even know it. They don't even realize that when that kid is 2-3 years old, sitting in that car seat, and you playing all this music with all this cursing and, you know, and all this stuff in it, man. You're abusing your child, bro. You can't let your kid listen to that. They're not ready for that mentally. Somebody got to tell you. They're not ready to hear all that yet. We just don't know what it's doing to the brain, to the body, to your feelings, to your emotions. You couple that with traumatic experiences, and now all of a sudden you're doing things that are self-sabotage. Why would we want to sabotage ourselves? Because it's mental health. Mental health issues will make you sabotage yourself. It'll make you hurt yourself. It'll make you do things that are outside of your own best interests. Something to think about, man. You know, if you feel like you're dealing with some mental health issues, I would just suggest, man, you just look online and try to find some help, man. Try to find somebody to talk to. Try to find somebody that's going to explain to you these feelings that you're having, these thoughts. That's what it comes down to. It's the thoughts, man. The thoughts that just come out of nowhere. You're like, damn, where'd that come from? Well, these thoughts, they have roots. They have roots, man, that go way back to when you was a kid. A lot of times, man, therapy and medication is the only way you can uproot and really figure out, oh, damn, that's why I act like that. That's why I do this. That's why I turn up like that. That's why I get so pissed off when somebody says this. That's why I swung on Buddy. That's why I shot this dude. That's why I could not control myself. Mental health is a serious thing, man. And I'm not trying to make light of it because it's very serious. And you see it everywhere. All you gotta do is look hard enough. But I can't do nothing but give you the game, man. All I can do is just talk about it, put it out there. Comment down below, man. What do you think about mental health? Do you feel like mental health is something that you kind of been dealing with and you need some help? Do you feel like it's something that's running rampant in our community? Undiagnosed mental health? I think it is, man. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna holler at you guys next time, though, man. Peace.